Hello. Just doing all my normal, making sure the stream is working routine. Playing Railroader this time because it is my perfect train game, quite simply. So, testing, 1, 2, 3. And that's it. It works. What I hear me do, or what I say, I hear. So that is all I need. So welcome to the third stream of Christmas. I missed Friday because I did a sleep. I did a sleepy sleep. And then I did a similar thing on Saturday, so I didn't do the makeup stream yesterday. We'll do the makeup stream one of these weekends. I'm not going to do it tomorrow. I'm not going to do it on a Monday. Sorry, not sorry. But I bit the bullet on Railroader. I shouldn't have. I'm in no situation to have done this, but I need joy in my life, and this has given it to me because it is exactly the type of train game that I want. Excuse me there. I fucking love this game. So yeah, we're on. I have just kind of finished up a first day's work. I've kind of created a rule for myself that no matter what, we at least run 3 passenger trains a day. 1 in the morning, 1 at noon, and then 1 at 6 o'clock. Before the stream, I finished off the final passenger train of the evening, and we don't have any outstanding way bills that need fulfilled. We have our hopper and our boxcar where they're supposed to be. I have my caboose and my coach, passenger coach, stowed away on the little loop there. And we got all of our skeleton cars that we haven't used because I haven't started a contract with the sawmill yet. Because I kind of just went wild when I kind of started. But now that I have the feel for how this game works, I kind of restarted with kind of a process of like, okay, we do one new thing per day. We don't start all the new contracts at once. We don't, buy as much new stuff as we can afford. We kind of keep it simple. As the phrase goes, keep it simple, stupid. One new thing per day. So tomorrow, quote tomorrow, like tomorrow in game, we're starting up the contract with the we'll just pull it up. The Hollifield Heating Oil Company. At midnight tonight, the contract renews so that the contract enacts. So we should be receiving a car for them from the interchange tomorrow at 6. So yeah, cool stuff. So yep, and then our railroad, my railroad doesn't have any reputation. It's the RS&B, the rip, shit, and bust. I can actually label locomotives with the company name and acronym. So that's our fun little shtick. We're the RS&B. We are fully the RS&B. That's so fun. So yeah. Number 1 should either be very recently repaired or should soon be repaired. In about 3 hours, number 1 will be up and running. And when I shifted number 1 from, because when you start, for those that don't know, when you start the game, number 1 is sitting here derailed, and you get them back on the track and you shove them into the shop here to be repaired. But before I shoved them into the shop, because I ignored the tutorial this second time because I'm like, okay, well, I know how the game works now. So instead of topping off my engine, which was basically completely fine, I topped off number 1 so that way we can get them out, get the 10-wheeler out under its own power to be serviced and fueled up for what comes tomorrow. So yeah, let's do this, huh? So we're gonna go to sleep. Oh, and look, that boxcar magically turned into a tanker. I'll inspect it because I like to do that. WNC 1912, 61-ton single dome tanker. Condition 100%, brake line 90, cylinder 0, handbrake applied. Going to Hollifield Heating Oil, R1. Cool deal. All right, so let's release the handbrake on this guy, because now that it's 6 o'clock, we have a passenger train that needs to be ran, and the mogul doesn't need serviced, so it's up to the mogul then. ahead and give it to the AI now. Ooh, and look at that sun rising. This game isn't as highly textured as like Derail Valley and Railroads Online are. It's not, it doesn't have the same amount of like high fidelity detail, but the lighting is the skies are phenomenal. I love the mood lighting. All right, number one. We'll inspect you just to be sure. Yep, you're all good to go. So we'll just get you nice and aligned. Oh, and you're full of water. So you just need more coal. That's right, because we were limited on coal because I hadn't spotted the hopper yet. But water is a unlimited resource. All right. Now we just gotta bang into the coach. And I have the caboose paired with the coach for now because, oh fuck. Wasn't paying attention, wasn't. Release handbrake. Yeah, I have the caboose paired with the coach right now just because one coach just feels like too little. At least when I have it paired with the caboose, it feels a little bit more complete. And this is what I got from the interchange. But this is what I got from the interchange. It's one car that is like only technically moving on the main line, but like when I say it's moving on the main line, like well I showed you where we're going. We're passing the junction and we're dropping it here. You know, so that's a yard job practically. If at some point I might start requiring you know, a shoving platform, aka a caboose, on the head of that so that the shove can be protected. But I think for now, while our railway possesses two engines, I think we can forgo that. And that's dependent on practice. You know, that are yeah, like that practice depends on the railway. That's the combination of words I actually wanted. So not everyone is going to follow that rule set. So we just set him, just set the 10-wheeler to come back. 10-wheeler is going to switch out this this wagon, and then the mogul will take the first passenger train of the day. So we'll set the mogul for a 25 speed limit. Oh, we have to set this coach for stops at Whittier and Ella. So that way he'll actually stop at Whittier Station. Oh. Oh. Looks like the 10-wheeler was operating completely independently. I didn't realize I thought the 10-wheeler was set up as a AI. I didn't realize that it was not. And then normalize switches, especially for the main. My only exception has been this switch here. I don't mess with this switch because then I'll have to flip it every time an AI train comes along. And frankly, like the main line really stops existing for me after that switch. I keep it. I retain that rule here, even though this will functionally just be a lead until we get access to that section of the map. But I keep referencing, like, hey, keep that normalized, because otherwise the locomotive will just run off if I have it set for the AI driver, if I don't set a fuse down. Maybe that should be my solution. Maybe I should just set a permanent fuse. I say permanent, but I like, maybe I should just set a fuse. Or that fuse. I don't know. I've heard fusey, and that's two E's. Yeah, I'll set it right there, and then that creates a yard limit, and then boom. Now no one will run off too far. just check on this guy. He's just making his way to the station. Slowly, because he was set for 15 because of the yard limits. All right. Now you. Yeah, I love the train sim of Derail Valley. But this gets the logistics down, and the logistics is what I am here for. That's my big thing with trains, is I like working the logistics stuff over running the railroad. And I apologize if my voice feels a bit off. I went out the other night, and I may have gone a bit overboard with singing along to whatever songs that were playing. And it was very loud. So I was very loud. So yeah, my voice is a little bit fucky wucky today. Okay. AI maximum speed 15. Oh, he is freaking out about the switch. We can fix that. Okay. And this guy's doing his station stop. Oh, he's got 30 passengers, 33, 34. All right, we're over half capacity. I always love when I see the coach is over half capacity. Yeah, I'm gonna try and keep the I really hate one coach passenger trains. They feel so superfluous. But I can't just justify buying a second coach when the max amount of passengers I pick up is less than the capacity of the coach. So I ain't gonna do it. My phone freaked me out for a bit. I have the stream pulled up, but apparently I had it paused on my phone. And I didn't realize I had it paused. So I was like, oh, it's been displaying the same image for ages. That's not good. But that was not the case though, so it's fine. I know there is a way to teleport my guy here so that I can get like a cool first-person shot. But, oh shoot, I have not set the points. This guy needs to be aligned into the siding here. There we go, much better. We don't need those for now. Mm-hmm. There goes 38 bucks. And then I'm just gonna hear that passenger train taking off. All right. And we just got paid a grand old $65. Open that up. You know, the main reason more than anything that I go to the AI rather than manual is just because the AI actually does the whistles and they sound good. Like I either forget about the whistles or I like fuck it up. So yeah, I let the AI do it because it does it all correctly. And it's not like these controls have all that I want out of an engine. Like, you know, the simulation of how to drive a train is not great. It's slightly better than Railroads Online, in that the reverser is not just the forwards backwards stick, which, you know, is and I wouldn't say it's accurate here. But that means that I'm not an expert on it. Like, I know enough to know that the reverser is more complicated than the forwards backwards stick. Like, and that, you know, if you want to be efficient, you keep it closer to neutral. Let's see. I know the passenger train is fine, but where do I want to put you? I think you're just going back in the shed because I don't have anything else going on. Yeah, we'll just do that. We'll just put you in the shop until you definitely. I just topped you off. You don't need topped off. We're not going to top you off till the end of the day. Um, so we'll follow the mogul while he does the passenger run. And then we'll probably take number 1 out. For the 12 o'clock passenger train. Probably what we'll do. Oh, and we'll get into the real grand reason as to why I have the caboose on the back of the coach, on the back of the passenger train, in about 10 minutes, or in about 5 minutes. 10 minutes game time. So flip this guy's orders to reverse. So that way, when these people all get off, and the Whittier people will all get on, we have 25 passengers waiting. That number might increase by the time this guy actually leaves, because the AI does 10-minute station stop, and that's an in-game 10 minutes. So I have time ratio 2 to 1, so it's 5 minutes real time. So we have time to burn in the meantime. Oh, there we got $38. Let's see. So these are all the locations we have access to for now. We have the branch line up to Connolly Creek, and that's our logging camp. Technically 3 logging camps. You have these two sidings, and then this is logs, and that's pulpwood, and then again logs and pulpwood. So it's a series of logging camp stops, and then here's the one at the end, which includes the runaround. So yeah, with this game being in early access, they don't have all the buildings and stuff placed down. So it's very similar to, like, that model railway that is like half finished, and the scenery is only partially done in some areas, and it's missing buildings. So you're like, okay, well, like, where should I spot the boxcar so it can line up with the doors? And he's like, it's just, if the boxcar fits on the track, it's fine. I go to one particular layout that that has that kind of situation when it comes to his scenery. And it's like, okay, well, just because a track can fit 5 cars doesn't mean a warehouse has the platform or the platform space or the doors to handle that. And he's just like, just base it off of how much you can shove in the track. It's fine. We have too many cars on this layout for some of them to just sit around in the yard because technically there's not a spot for them. So yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. What's beautiful? Oh, this shot I got of this locomotive with rip, shit, and bust plastered across the side. So here's the magic of having the caboose on the rear end is that's protecting the shove. That is a legal move. If it was more than just to Ella and back, I'd do a proper runaround. But and if Ella had the runaround, if the station was at the runaround track, like if the station was like here, I'd do it. I'd run around. But it's here, which means I need to pull it up there and then run around. And that means that operation has to be independent of the picking up of passengers. And I'm just like, I don't, and then I have to get involved manually to some extent. And when I'm, here's my thing, the it's a 3-passenger train minimum, but when I'm not, oh shoot, did I not? I don't think I ever tagged in I did not. We've been running with no air brakes throughout the train. I mean, it's 2 cars, so the independent was enough, but like, here we'll follow the caboose because we're the conductor. So we should follow the caboose because he's protecting the shove. It's a push-pull. It's a push-pull service. We didn't put we didn't put controls in the rear car. They're just, the conductor's just back there, and if shit hits the fan, he pulls out a red flag, and the engineer knows to slam on the brake. It's fine. There's this is fine. This is a totally legal move. See, this is all Oliver had to do. Like Toad was all in his like, oh well, I'd like to lead a train, and my immediate thought, as soon as he said that, was like, okay, well then, how Oliver just push a goods train? You can do that. You can push a goods train. But no. That's like if busy going backwards was like a Brenner era episode, I feel like that's what we would have seen. As we would have seen Oliver pushing Toad. He would be pushing a freight train with Toad at the quote unquote end of it. And he'd be leading a train. It's funny if you think about that story and then think about the fact that, like, if we put busy going backwards into the railway series, we have Isabel, who I'm almost imagining like an alternate timeline where Toad isn't complaining to Oliver, he's complaining to Isabel, because she is a piece of rolling stock that gets to lead a train despite being a piece of rolling stock. Meanwhile, he never gets to. All right. We've arrived at Whittier. We are dropping off our passengers, and as soon as they have disembarked, we will shove back to the yard, drop our passenger train, and then we'll go and take another one at noon. Okay. We're empty. So we'll get this guy started, because he won't leave on his own without a destination. But if I give him a destination, passengers will hop on. Because there are 18 passengers waiting to go to Ella. But if I took a passenger train every time that there were passengers waiting at the station, we'd never do anything else. So I'd like to get to the point where we're just running a constant AI train of passengers while I do anything else. We're not at that point yet. So for now, the RS&B can only really afford to run here. Now we can give it to the AI. So yeah, right now the RS&B can really only afford to run 3 trains a day on a regular service. Though they'll run extra trains if they can. There's my guy. Oh, I never like really examined the the human avatar figure. Um, I thought he was like some old fuck, but that he actually like looks like he can be in like mid-30s at oldest. Interesting. Shoving the train. We're shoving the train. Shove, 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 shove. Uh, I should set the points because I don't think they're set properly. Yeah, no, we don't want to go into the. Oh, I don't know what's the. Not poor enough to justify putting them in the shop. Maybe once we unlock Bryson and maybe at a point where like we no longer store locomotives in there. But I don't think this is gonna be. Oh shoot, that's the wrong track, buddy. There we go. We store the passenger cars in the caboose on this track. It's not part of the interchange. Speaking of, actually no. Well, there we go. Oh shoot. There we go. I forgot to hit shift. All right. swap into reverse. And back him into the shed. A bit farther back than I would have placed them, but look at these cool guys. They're so cool. They're the start of a wonderful railroad company with a very wholesome name. Let's see, if I'm not mistaken, if I hit F12, okay, yep, that took a screenshot. All right, cool. So now what we'll do is we can't upgrade our contract with them yet, but oh yeah, we got all the perks. Our reputation is 110%. Passenger network service 100%. Passenger equipment condition 100%. Freight performance 100%. Operations safety 100%. Phase cost discount 25%. Equipment discount 10%. Repair speed bonus 50%. Up to tier 3. So we can go up to tier 3 with stencil manufacturing. But we're just going to go with tier 1 for now, for tomorrow. And then we'll upgrade as we go. So that way we don't hop into the deep end right away with these things. But we're not going to go to tomorrow just yet. 1, 2. All right, now it's 11:30. Now we'll switch the time multiplier to 8 to 1. So that way we can leave at 12 to get our passenger train set up. So we'll waste time by spotting these engines where we actually want them. Manually, please. Oh, wrong. Oh boy. Oh, wrong way. Fuck. This is fine. This is fine. Come on. Let me get... You know, my biggest pain in learning about how real railways work is that realistically, like, the engines would not face out of the shed. Like, most roundhouses are set up having locomotive, like, tender facing out. And that saddens me deeply. Yeah. There we go. That's where we want them. And just in time, let me make the time correct. We'll let the 10-wheeler have a go. As all as that 10-wheeler's gotten to do is be broken and shove a tanker. So... Now, let's see. All right, we got 18 passengers waiting. And then we got this guy crawling up to his coach. And then we'll just bang on into them couplings. That impact is fine because it's less than 5 miles per hour. AI mode. So we're gonna ride with this guy, and we're gonna test a theory. Hmm. 25 miles per hour and yard limits sounds reasonable, even if it's not official. Hmm. Hmm. I could have sworn. Oh, you know what? It's probably the curve that's 25. I bet this is fine. All right. Now we shall there we go. Had to set an alarm for 9 o'clock. So you know, I don't accidentally make this a 4-hour stream. This is the other reason I leave it to the AI. Because the AI will actually wait 10 minutes and make a full station stop. I'd just be like, go. So, yeah. So over here is what's it called? Denzel Manufacturing. So we're probably going to get cars for them at the interchange tomorrow. First, we have 2 passenger trains to run. course, this one that we're running now. And then we'll make the final run at 6 o'clock. Let's see. We arrived at 12:07, so we should be leaving at 12:17. Now, okay, so they will obey traffic rule. Even if I set the max speed to frickin' all the way, they're gonna run safely. So fuck it. We live dangerously. We'll set their max speed to 45. And we'll see what they do. Actually. There we go. Inspect, follow. A locomotive run down the main line with that as the company name plastered along their sides. All right. Seems to be maintaining at 34 miles per hour. That's good. Oh. Presenting some oddities. And that's not. All right, and we're back. It it seems we had a bit of a issue with StreamYard crashed. So let's see if we can't get this back to some semblance of a working stream. Hmm. All right. Looks like we are back in business. All right. Like stream transmitting my video well. Okay, it looks like we crashed again. Given how quick that was to come back, I'll give StreamYard another shot. Except I'm in the wrong mode. There we go. Now let's see if this finally works. I'm seeing smooth visual on the stream end. Also hearing proper audio. That's all well and good. All right. We got $17 doing that passenger job. Now we got 12 people on going to Whittier. Oh, damn, I'm tired. I will sleep well tonight. That's for sure. All right. What did we get here again? 27. So 35, 36. Okay, so we got a minute and a half in real time. Just gotta wait for those passengers to load. And eventually we'll start working on repairing this bridge to extend the line to Bryson. Right, that's the name of the place. Breakman Films. What's up, man? Oh, doing all right. Heavily sleep deprived, but you know, nothing beyond the norm. I definitely am not going to go overtime tonight. That's for sure, because I will most definitely probably go to bed extremely shortly after I end the stream here at 9 o'clock. So, but I bit the bullet on. I saw you at the Bad Influence premiere. Yes, that was a fun time. Also, get some sleep, man. Lol. Uh, yeah. I actually, it just, I'm not as sleep deprived as one might think, and also just as sleep deprived as one might think. Um, it's a weird soup that I am. Um, but yeah, I mean, the stream will be over in an hour. That's the regularly scheduled program. Um, and then I'll go to bed. I'll be fine. I came over here to get the name of this place, and then I didn't. I can't even remember why I wanted to know what sentence I was saying. Bryson. Cool. Yeah, Figaro. He's a cool guy. He's really talented with the Gauge One stuff. Um, that's what I want. There we go. I keep on forgetting that I can't mess with the arrow keys if I want to keep following an object. I was honestly too shy to talk to most people. Yeah, I was the same way when I first started going to Edison. You just gotta slowly start working at it. It's it's a process, but we all get there eventually. At this point, I've kind of ingrained myself with a good group, and so I had a fun time despite only going for the one day. Um, but yeah, no, I remember when I went to my first Edison, I barely talked to anyone. So, but you go to one, you get the feel for it. Then you go to another one, you talk to a person or two. And then you go to the next one and you talk to three or four. And sooner or later, you have lifelong friends that you could never imagine not having in your life. Also, only went to the first day. Yeah, I've usually made a habit of going to both days. Um, but I couldn't afford the hotel room uh, that weekend. So, but I wanted to be there for Vincent and his movie because I wouldn't say that I'm a close friend of Vincent's, but I'm a close friend of a close friend of Vincent's, and we've definitely gotten to know each other, and I wanted to be there to support him, and his because I remember kind of close to when he first announced that movie, so I wanted to be there to see the finished product, and yeah. Mm. Oh well, yeah, it's good to hear you did talk to at least a few people, which I kind of figured. Um, but especially like I didn't I didn't talk to many people my first day, but like I did talk to Matt just because he's so open and good about Matt Mashad is just so good about those things. He is one of the just nicest people in the community that I've ever met. Um, so it's always a joy to see him. Oh, these people all got off, right? Yes, they did. Oh, no, I don't want AI yard. I want AI road. Yeah, and the reactions to the movie were pretty great. It was a pretty good time. Um, and it was just it's an awesome movie. Um, Honestly, one of my favorite fan projects in the Thomas community. Like probably one of my just favorite Thomas stories. Period. Because it's fucking good. Yeah, no, the bit with the login locos was pretty good. I always I always appreciate when they get some sort of reference, especially because I don't find them as obnoxious as most of the fandom does. So, um, and I also really like I like the concept of Misty Island Rescue. I don't like the it's kind of like the Star Wars prequels. Um, Everything there conceptually is good. The dialogue just sucks ass. That's the thing. Try to be here to. Well, I won't be streaming tomorrow. Um, because this is supposed to be every other day, and I have decided that despite the fact that I missed a day, I am not um yeah, I'm not doing a makeup stream on Monday. So, but I'll be here on Tuesday. Um what dialogue sucks? The dialogue to Misty Island Rescue. Um I I like it conceptually, but the dialogue and the just absolutely sucks. Like All Engines Go has better dialogue than Misty Island Rescue. Because at least I expect it with All Engines Go. Um, yeah, that exactly. You get me, Sodor Train. You get me. Um, like I think I like the arc that Thomas goes through in that movie, and I like the concept of the logging locos, and the logging locos, their dialogue is actually some of the most bearable in that film. Um, I think the character with the most bearable dialogue, characters with the most bearable dialogue are Sir Topham Hatt and Whiff. Um, and then Thomas and the narrator are among some of the most obnoxious. The logging locos actually end up just kind of somewhere in the middle, maybe top middle. I don't know. It's been a hot minute since I checked in on that film. Um, it's not exactly on the top of my rewatch list. I have not rewatched like films that I genuinely enjoy a lot. Um, so like the idea of rewatching Misty Island Rescue. The other day, I watched the movie in full and screamed at the screen at least once. No, you make terrible decisions, you little blue bastard. Nitrogen era Topham has some good dialogue.
Every year on my birthday.
That's the thing is, at least we get some good memes out of Nitrogen era Topham. Um, on my birthday, um, I know one that was more localized is an inside joke for a while between me and Master of the Lemons was just every time we all the time we'd go into Whiff or not into Stop and Hat and he'd be like, go ask Whiff. He knows all about the insert subject that we were just talking about. Like, you know, we could be talking about, the political climate that we currently live in, and then we'd be like, go ask Whiff. He knows all about politics. Go ask Whiff. He knows all about nuclear warheads. It got kind of insane. Aren't these some great looking stacks? That one's kind of bad looking, but that one I think it fucks. But yeah, we're in Railroader this time instead of Derail Valley, so we can put the names on the locomotives. Can't pick color or livery, but I can put the names on the locomotives, or the railroad name on the locomotives. So that's fun. Let's see. I don't think. Yeah, that hopper's still good. We don't have anything that needs to go back to the interchange. Whenever I think of Whiff, I just picture Lemmy's voice for him, and it's just a squeaky Mickey Mouse sounding voice, and I love it. I never really thought about how Mickey Mouse-ish Whiff sounds. I mean, I wouldn't exactly call this Mickey Mouse, but it kind of goes into similar areas. My throat's a bit fucked after last night, so I apologize if my Whiff voice sounds horrible. I went out last night and I sang along a bit too loudly. I was trying to beat the DJ in a volume match, and never, whenever you're at a place that's playing loud music, never get into a volume match with the DJ, because you will lose. You might win the battle, but you'll lose the war. So, 10 out of 10 would do it again. Anyway, so I don't have any outstanding way bills. So, yeah, my next passenger train, dictated by my own rules, is at 6 o'clock. Fuck, if I wait another hour, that'll technically take me up. Yeah, close enough. Now we have a daily report available. Operations, 165 passenger fares, 1 freight delivery. All right, good. Our railway is, our railroad is doing good. I guess that voice fits Bill and Ben a bit better, kind of like how Baldwin did it in Series 5. And yet George Carlin giving them puberty is pretty funny too. I kind of like to go with their CGI voices. I kind of like how they do this. It's like, hello Bill, oh hi Ben. You want to get into some trouble today, Bill? Okay, Ben. Um um who do I choose? You, I think. Or did I just were you the one I just took? Yes. So take you. We'll take the mogul. Da, 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 da. Okay, come on, stop you. Hope the finances are in order. You wouldn't want the railroad to just rip shit and bust. But that good one, Sodor Train. Oh. Yeah, our finances seem to be mostly in order, but mostly because I haven't spent much of anything yet. I've been working very slowly at building up the railway to keep finances managed. Do, 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 do. Punk. All right. Oh. There we go. Now he's off to collect more people. Run the final passenger train of the day. 30 passengers. I like that. I like when we have at least half capacity in the coach. And of course, we drag the caboose along with us, so that way we can call it. That way we can protect the shove on our return journey, so we don't have to run around. He just backs up. All right. But while he's running off to the station, we'll get the 10-wheeler here. And it's clearly we're not going to be doing anything else before we flip it over to the next day. So I'm going to service the engine. This might sound. Oh wait, let me focus on stopping this engine. Then I'll read the comments. Okay. We'll line him up to the water, and then I will read your comment in the chat in a moment. There we go. This might sound a bit random, but what are your thoughts on Starlight Express? I believe it's half musical, half people on rollerblades. Well, it's technically fully a musical and fully people on rollerblades. That's the neat thing, is just the idea of, hey, how do we convey to the audience that these humans are people? And it's like, well, we'll have them ride around the stage on rollerblades. If that's any indicator, I like it. I've only listened to the soundtrack. Like, I haven't and it was a while. It was back in high school the last time I listened to anything from Starlight Express. But I remember like listening to it and liking it. But it is kind of just it feels like a combination of Thomas's first book in the Railway series and The Great Race. That is the vibe. Like, if I didn't like, I only come up with this now, so maybe if I rewatched or re-listened to the musical, I might have a more fully formed opinion. But just based off of what I can remember, the premise of the story that I would give is Thomas's first book meets The Great Race. With a few splashes of color thrown in there. A few splashes of color. What am I talking about? A few splashes of originality in there. Right? That's what color was supposed to be. Weird word choices. Let's see. How perfectly can I park this fucker? God damn it. Oh, it would be nice if I there we go. Arrived at 31, so he's not going to leave for another minute. Currently scrolling through Wikipedia, and it seems Andrew. Oh yeah, no, he had conversation. I mean, yeah, that's where Starlight Express comes from. Partially, is um they were gonna do like a cartoon sort of thing with cutout backgrounds. Um, but they demanded more creative control than Audrey was comfortable giving them. Um, and so they didn't push on with that. And then I know Andrew Lloyd Webber has his the really useful group, which is the obvious reference is obvious. Uh, Engine of many colors. Perhaps that's where Boba got the idea. I doubt it. Because they'd have to. There was only one writer in the Boba era that actually cared about the franchise's roots, and he was like a Railway Series purist, writing for the Boba era of Thomas, and it just I don't know. Everyone like really likes Michael White's episodes. Um, I don't know. Like they're fine, I guess. I don't have anything against the guy, but like for me, it feels like everyone says, "Oh, the fans should control this franchise. The fans should control that franchise." No, no. I'm a firm believer that if a fandom gets a hold of gets creative control of the franchise, that franchise will die, um, because the fandom should never be in creative control of the franchise, because the fandom will only ever write the things they love. The fandom will, and I mean, not to say that there aren't good writers within the fandom that can do very good writing. Um, we earlier we were talking about Bad Influence. That is a great fan film, but it's because Vincent is not just a fan; he's also a good writer. Um, there's, you know, there's being a fan, and then there's being a writer, and people don't differentiate the two as much as they should. Um, Looking back on the TCC, maybe the fandom could have done it. But at the same time, it's, well, a tough subject. Based on what I've heard from the TCC, that was most of the stuff that most of the problematic stuff with the TCC was because of Mattel. Because you got to remember that the TCC, that whole thing was to sell toys. That was to market toys. And then, but because Mattel was so unaware of what their whole own catalog was, like, you had customs showing up, you had toys that haven't been on shelves for years, toys that Mattel didn't even have a hand in creating. And then when the minis got involved, like, that was purely when I was like, you know, I kind of recognized the premise from the beginning. Hey, they're taking advantage of the fact that we use their toys to film stories to kind of promote their toys. But as soon as the minis started becoming main parts of the story, I was like, oh, and the superstation, when all that stuff started happening, I was like, this, they have been mandated to use these toys to sell a product, and they're just doing the best that they can. um yeah. uh the lighting in this game is beautiful. I love I don't really love running these passenger trains. I have to force myself to run at least 3 per in-game day. Um, but I love running this evening train because the lighting, the mood. I remember seeing a weird DC minis series with Paxton as Lex Luthor, and it was like a fever dream. I actually think that was some of the better use for minis, because in that, it was, the minis didn't involve themselves in the main story of an actual, like, something that felt like it was supposed to be set in the normal timeline. Because that's the thing, like, those early TCC stories felt like you could just slot them in to the main series. And I really liked that. Um and I still, like, remember some of those old TCC stories pretty fondly. Um the I don't remember any of the names, but um like the early tie-ins to Lost Treasure, and um yeah, the tie-ins to Lost Treasure and Great Race, and all those, like, I remember them fondly. Um and the DC minis one, that one was, at least, it was its own little world. It was its own little world where the minis were stand-ins, for the characters. The minis were just the toys that they were using because the minis were where the DC crossover happened. That being said, I do still think it's weird that Mattel decided Paxton should be Lex Luthor. And then they had the perfect option for Lex Luthor. His name is Diesel. And they made him Batman. Which that is the biggest misunderstanding of Batman that I've ever seen. Like, that's like, compared to that, Zack Snyder's Batman is accurate. Because, like, if you look at Diesel, like, that's the thing, is that CGI Diesel wasn't Diesel, really. He was Gronk number 3. I mean, he was Diesel. That's the thing. It's that you can really kind of, when you look at all the Diesels, you can, all the iterations of Diesel, you can link all of them back to that original appearance. You can extrapolate all of them, but they can't all be the same guy. And the version of Diesel that I am more fond of, and this is due mostly in part to what talks that Master of the Lemons and I have had, and of course his wonderful audio series, Web of Lies. If you've never listened to it, please check it out. It is amazing. Says a lot about Thomas and Diesel as characters. So, ooh, we got 31 passengers. This is a big bucks passenger train. Because let's see, how much did we make on the last run? We've made more. We're making more dollars on this run than there are seats in the coach. That's good. I was hoping I could at least get a little bit into tomorrow's workload before the end of the stream, but we're getting close to 9 o'clock. So I think this stream is going to consist of mostly some of the most boring work that I can do. And that's it. Tuesday will be better. Because I'll also be playing this in my free time. So not doing much talking, obviously. I'm just enjoying the atmosphere of this game. It's not as pretty as Derail Valley and Railroads Online, but I like it more. It does everything that I want out of a railroad game. No notes. So that'll probably go back to the interchange tomorrow. And then we'll get cars for Stenzel Manufacturing tomorrow as well. So maybe even more cars for Holofield. All right. Better make sure the points are set right, because I did some finagling with that other engine. All right. Looks like we're lined incorrectly. All right. Time to park this passenger train, service the locomotive. And Yeah, they're both 98. We can live with 98. All right. I'm gonna feel this guy up. Okay. Okay, that might work technically, but no. Of course, as soon as I reset it, it's like, you're full now. All right. All filled up. Nope. Okay. Now we just gotta get this guy spotted. Oh, hot. All right. Apply handbrake. Apply handbrake. All right. That's everything done for the night. I think we can, at the very least, see what's going to be up for tomorrow. Yep, I have that contract set. All right. Looks like we received 3 cars at the interchange. All right. Well, we got our car full of repair parts back. We got a car from GCL and PRR for Stenzel Manufacturing. Coal hopper is still good to still being unloaded. Let's see. This car is also looking pretty solid where it's at. Okay. Well, we got 4 minutes till 9 o'clock, so I think I'll just smash the save button. And call it quits now. So all right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a good one. See you Tuesday. Bye-bye.